Good morning, students. Welcome to the class once again. Students, today we are going to analyze the scene 6 from the drama Tughlaq. In the scene 5th, we came to know that some of the Amirs and Sayyids they plan murder of the Sultan Muhammad bin Tughlaq. At the same time, some Sayyids and Sheikhs oppose the time of prayer for such an action. But Ratan Singh tells them that Quran holds that a tyrant does not deserve to be considered among the faithful. Now, students, let us come to scene 6. In this scene, some very important events take place. Scene takes place in the palace in the capital Delhi. The Sultan himself is there, Najib and Barni are also there. The Sultan is restless. He is pacing up and down. At this moment, the guard announces the arrival of Amirs along with Shihabuddin. They are welcomed by great warmth by the Sultan, and a Darbar-e-Khas is being organized, and Sultan says that he has a very short agenda of 2 topics only, and he wants to say if someone has to say anything, one can say. He informs them that Absaid Ghayasuddin Muhammad has accepted his invitation to visit the capital Delhi. He is a member of renowned family of Abbasid Khalifas. When complimented by Shihab for his wisdom, Muhammad firmly asks him if he thinks he is inviting Absaid to placate the stupid priest. He is inviting him to show how faithful and modest he is towards Islam. Then, with a little tilt in his tone, he tells the Amirs that since the death of Imamuddin, he has been seriously thinking if he has the right to put on the royal robes and to be called a king. Sultan says that he wants to know from them what they will like him to do to become a real king in their eyes. They must tell him what he must do. Students, now the Amirs are baffled and there is a complete silence. One of them breaks the silence by saying that the visit of Abbasid will wash away all the sins of Delhi. Immediately, Muhammad retorts that by the time Abbasid visits India, they will be in Daulatabad. Students, he further announces that there will be copper currency in the state and it will run along with the silver dinars having the same value as the silver dinars have. When asked by Shihabuddin why he was doing so, Muhammad replies that the empire cannot flourish with Delhi as its capital. He cannot, of course, explain tomorrow to those who have not opened their eyes to the light of today. Besides, the introduction of the copper coin was a matter of trust and confidence in the Sultan. There is a paper currency in China and the people have accepted it in that country. Students, one of the Amirs whispers and calls him mad, but when Muhammad asks him what he has just said, the speaker changes and tells him that he was saying that copper coins won't work. Muhammad, in a changed tone, tells the Amirs that they must not distrust him. Sultan begs their trust. Students, here Sultan pleads that he needs their support to build a new India. He kneels before them. The Amirs recoil and Shihabuddin is embarrassed and tells the king that he is not to make requests but he should give them commands. Listening to the Amirs, he goes to the throne and picks up Quran and wants them to take an oath on the Quran. He is enraged but controls himself when Shihabuddin tells him that Muhammad is asking them to take oath on the Quran shows that he distrusts them In the meanwhile, Muezzin calls and Muhammad and his followers start praying. Students, Shihabuddin and Amirs draw out daggers. Instantly, Hindu soldiers drag the Amirs away but leave Shihabuddin. After the prayer, Muhammad tells Shihab that he was ready to meet the situation because he was forewarned by Ratan Singh. He shows the letter to Shihab and asks him why he was going against him. There is an altercation between Shihabuddin and Tughlaq. Students, now Muhammad's anger is roused. He takes out his dagger and stabs him. Then, almost frenzied, he goes on stabbing him. He hits out at Shihabuddin's dead body with such a ferocity that even the soldiers holding the body turn away in horror. Barney screams and says, "Your Majesty is dead." Muhammad, "Your Majesty, he is dead." Muhammad, in great anguish, wants to know if all those he trusts will be condemned to go down in history as traitors. The Sultan is trembling all over and is staring at the body laid on a mat. He orders that every man involved in this act be caught and beheaded, their bodies be stuffed with straw and hang in the palace yard for a week. Najib at this moment advises him to be calm and do something about Shihab's father, who is a powerful man. Muhammad, regaining control of himself, asks Najib to make a public announcement that in the act of saving Muhammad from the attack of Amir, Shihabuddin has become a martyr, and orders that he be given a grand funeral and his father should be invited. Let all the people of Delhi vacate Delhi immediately and leave for Daulatabad. Not a soul should be left behind, not a light be seen in the windows of Delhi. And then he tells the distracted and distressed Barni that he had wanted every act in his kingdom to become a prayer, every prayer to become a further step in knowledge, every step to lead them nearer to God. But their prayers too were ridden with disease and must be exiled. Muhammad stands staring at the dead body of Shihabuddin. Students, he does not like it to be covered with silken clothes, but Barni puts on it. He casts the clothes aside and wants his people to see the wounds on the body of the Shihab. Students, this scene ends with the Barni covering the body of Shihabuddin with a silken clothes and the Sultan taking away the cloth from the body so that people could see the wounds on the body of the Shihab. So students, thank you very much. This much for today. We will continue with the discussion on the drama in our next class as well. Thank you very much.